So one of the great things about doing these deals is you can pretty much be a deal maker and live anywhere. So right now I've been living for the last few months in the Caribbean, get to look out and over my place, see the beach, hang out down there, and also it's just a different lifestyle. But I'm a big fan of traveling and seeing the world. Right now we've got some people down on the boat, and I'm getting a little bit of work done today. May go for a jog. But it is about creating a lifestyle that you enjoy. But before we get our first deal closed, we have to figure out the financing of that deal. And when it comes to financing, that's one of the things that we focused a lot on because early on I realized, man, if I can figure out how to put together financing on the deal, it can give me a huge leg up over other buyers and a huge leg up as far as building wealth. I mean, you talk about buying an asset that literally is at 2 times, 3 times earnings. That means in 2 to 3 years on average, that's just an average deal. That's not some deal that is amazing. The average deal is at 2 to 3 times earnings. So when you get financing on that and thinking about it like a real estate investor, instead of waiting 15, 20, 30 years to pay off a business, it's just going to pay for itself in 2 years. That becomes an asset that eventually you can sell. So let's talk about the financing and why people have so many problems with it. Number one, the biggest problem in this space is that people think that banks give businesses financing. And the truth is that businesses represent about 7% of the financing that's given, or banks represent about 7% of the financing that's given to businesses. So if you are a business, you walk into a bank and you've got an application for a business loan, there's a 93% chance, not just that they're going to say no, but that there's also some other form of financing out there that is the right type of financing for you. So when people think about financing anything, a lot of times it's from the perspective of a consumer. So they think, okay, I'm going to go and I applied at the bank for my home loan. I'm going to go do the same thing for my house loan. That's not the right way to do it. The right way is to look at the way big businesses finance their business. So not only a lot of this is about just making sure that we're doing things that businesses do. When it comes to how businesses grow, they always have an acquisition strategy as a part of their growth strategy. So you should too. When businesses are getting financing, they don't just go to the bank to get financing. They create a balance sheet that gives them a capital structure that allows them to maximize their ROI on their capital. And so when we look at a big business's balance sheet, there may be some equity and some bonds, but there are also going to be things that we can have access to. Merchant advances, there could be factoring, there could be asset-based loans, there could be equipment sale leaseback. One of the things that we do is we give our clients a list of over 100 different types of financing that are available for businesses. This isn't just different places. We've got hundreds and hundreds of different financial institutions that we have relationships with, that we link clients to. But this is talking about how you get deals done, and it's different types of financing that you want to put together in a balance sheet structure that gives you the best ROI, just the same way that big businesses do. So that's one of the things that we do for our clients. And, as you research us, you'll see some of the results. I mean, we've gotten clients that have, come out of bankruptcy and gotten a deal done for 100%. And but it's not just about getting as much money as possible. It is about maximizing the deal. The other side of this is you want to get access to seller financing. And we found that there's 6 crucial things that you have to have in place that maximize. Now, it's not that you got to have them in place to just get some financing, but if you want to maximize the amount of seller financing that you get access to, you want to make sure that you have these 6 things in place. The other thing about financing is we want to structure in a way where you limit your downside. It's not just about getting access to as much as possible. It's about, hey, how can I do a deal structure where this whole thing blows up? Unlike entrepreneurs where they're putting in a bunch of money, there is no protection if the money doesn't come back. We can have things in place that protect us, where even when a deal goes bad, we don't lose all of our savings and all of our time and all of that. So those are some of the things that you want to think about when you're thinking about financing a deal, so that you can hang out on the beach and have your own place and all that stuff like this.